Episode 70, The Return of Sonia. 1 week later. Evening in the province of Europony. Nightshade's castle. Nightshade knocks on Fidget's bedroom door.
Yes, Master Nightshade.
You need to pack your saddlebag. You're leaving for Ponyville in the morning.
Ponyville? But why, Senpai?
It's been a week, and Sonia has yet to return with any of the elements of harmony. I want you to go and keep tabs on her. Make sure she's doing as ordered.
You don't trust her, do you, Master?
Obviously not. I'm almost certain she has her own plan. Why else would she free me from my stone prison? Then come here to find me to tell me everything she knows about this triad of power. She thought I would be her servant and relinquish my power to her. But what she didn't realize was that I was stronger than her. And now that I have proven I am stronger, she's tucked her tail between her legs and is being forced to serve me. I have no doubt in my mind she is going to attempt to betray me, and when she does, she will die. But until then, I can definitely have fun using her. So, can I count on you or not, Mr. Fidget?
Yes, you can, Senpai. I'll leave for Ponyville in the morning.
Meanwhile, Ponyville. Chris and Amy's apartment. Chris and Amy having breakfast. All right, I finally have had enough. You've been distant and quiet for a week now. Do you have something on your mind, Amy?
As a matter of fact, there is something on my mind. Chris, you know I love you, but I can't do this anymore. I hate being a human.
But why? I mean, you seemed okay with it at first.
Because this is not me. I am Amy Rose Hedgehog, and I'm in love with a guy who can't accept that and love me for who I really am. I love you truly for who you are, and I never wanted to change you. So why should I be expected to make this kind of sacrifice for the rest of my life?
In all fairness, I never asked or demanded for you to drink Zeccora's potion. You chose to do that on your own. If you're not happy being a human, then by all means, drink the counter potion that will turn you back into a hedgehog.
But you won't love me if I did that.
You need to stop assuming things about my feelings, Amy. I've always loved you. You just never gave me enough time to make peace with being in love with a Mobian hedgehog.
Chris, you knew how I felt for months, and it was the night we spent together in Manhattan when you couldn't make love to me that was proof enough for me that I'd never be good enough for you and that you'd never accept me for being a Mobian hedgehog.
Yeah, but I was completely into it, Amy. I was turned on by you as a hedgehog. I just wasn't mentally ready to be with one at that time. I was still getting over that human stigma.
So, are you saying you want me to turn back into my original hedgehog form?
Yes, I do. I love you, Amy, and I want us to be happy. Honestly, I kind of miss you as a hedgehog.
Oh, Chris, you don't know how happy that makes me right now. It's settled then. I'm going to Zeccora to drink the counter potion.
Okay, we'll go see Zeccora tomorrow morning. I want to be there with you this time.
Are you sure this is what you want?
I love you, Amy. The real you. So yeah, I'm sure. Twilight's castle. Twilight and Shadow are having a conversation in Twilight's den.
You have a doctor's appointment this week, don't you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. But I won't be finding out if the baby is a pony or a hedgehog yet. I know, the suspense is killing me too, Shadow.
I just want to know what I'm up against. Either way, I love you, and I will accept this baby as if it were my own. And you have my word, it won't change the love I have for you, Twilight.
You say that now, Shadow, but what happens if this baby looks like Sombra? We're both going to be reminded of the horrible things he put us both through.
I know. Well, is there any way we could test the baby's paternity if it is a pony?
Unfortunately, not during the pregnancy. A paternity test can only be ordered once the baby is born. I sincerely hope we're having a hedgehog. That will clear this whole mess up and ease our minds for the duration of this pregnancy. I'm sorry for interrupting you two, but I wanted to let you know, Sparkles, that I'm quitting effective immediately. What? But why, Rouge? Look, listening to ponies and their friendship problems is becoming a real drag. I miss being a Wonderbolt, and more importantly, I miss Thunderlane.
Thunder who now?
Thunderlane was Rouge's boyfriend briefly while she was serving as a Wonderbolt. So, you're going to leave and return to your duties as a Wonderbolt then? Yeah, Commander Spitfire said she'd hold on to my wing credentials just in case I ever decided to return. I'm hoping to catch a train up there this afternoon and meet up with her tomorrow morning to see if I can go back.
So, you're in love with this Thunderlane, and that's why you want to return to the Wonderbolts.
Yeah, Shadow, I'm madly in love with Thunderlane, and I made a horrible mistake by letting him go a few months back. The thought of being in love scared me, and I wasn't ready for it. But now I realize just how much I miss him, and I need him. Shadow smiles.
Well, good for you, Rouge. I'm happy you've fallen in love because you deserve it.
It's true, Rouge. Well, I wish you the best of luck, bestie. Please keep in touch with us, Rouge. Twilight gets up and hugs Rouge. Come on, Sparkles. You know I'm going to do more than just keep in touch. Thanks for everything, Twilight. You're truly my best friend, and I'm glad you're a part of my life. Now all I have to do is hope that Thunderlane forgives me and will take me back. Twilight smiles. Well, I don't know Thunderlane all too well, but from what I've seen and from what Rainbow Dash has told me about him, he's a wonderful stallion, and that he's honest, noble, and brave. You forgot handsome, too. Regardless, those are traits that tell me he will forgive you. Spike enters. Twilight, you have an uninvited guest at the moment. She's waiting for you in the Cutie Map conference room. Spike, you're trembling. Who is it? It's Sonia the Hedgehog. She's back, Twilight. Sweet Celestia. Rouge, I wish you the best. I have to go up and handle this situation.
What the hell does she want? I'm coming with you, Twilight.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Spike, grab a couple of scrolls and a quill, please, so I can document this meeting and send word of it to Princess Celestia. On it, Twilight. Duty calls. Goodbye, Sparkles. I love you, bestie, and thanks again for everything you've done for me. Goodbye, sweet thing. I wish you the best of luck with Thunderlane. Goodbye, Shadow. Take care of Twilight, or else you'll deal with me.
Don't worry, Rouge. Twilight and the baby will always have me protecting them. Take care of yourself.
Shadow and Rouge hug. Are you ready, Shadow?
This is going to be interesting, so yes, I'm ready.
They all exit Twilight's den. Rouge returns to her room and begins packing up her things, while Twilight, Spike, and Shadow meet Sonia in the Cutie Map conference room. The Cutie Map conference room. Twilight, Spike, and Shadow enter. Sonia is sitting in Twilight's chair at the table.
So this is where all the big decisions happen.
In a lot of ways, yes. Most of Equestria's security decisions come from this room. I am curious as to why you're gracing us with your presence here this afternoon.
Look, there's no denying that my relationship with all of you got off to a rocky start, and I'm here to make amends for that. And why should we trust you? Because when I was resurrected and given a second chance, it became clear to me that I have no chance at succeeding with my plot to absorb the Triad of Power for myself. Well, you certainly don't have any chance, that's for sure. Sonic destroyed Aeon's magic crystal a week ago during the fight they had. So if you had any plans of using that crystal to absorb the Triad of Power, then you're wasting your time by trying to play nice with us. Sonic destroyed Aeon's crystal? But that's impossible. Sonic doesn't have that kind of power.
And that's where you're wrong, sweetheart. Sonic transformed into his dark form and crushed the crystal to pieces in his hand. Guess your plan is ruined before it ever began.
All right, Shadow, she gets the point. He does speak the truth, Sonia. I forced Sonic to fight Aeon as a test to see if Sonic could let his hatred for him go. Sonic is temporarily filling in for me as the element of magic and the leader of the elements of harmony, and he needed that test to prove that he's capable of forgiveness and friendship. Had Sonic failed, I would have had to strip him of the element of magic. But during the battle, Sonic did indeed destroy Aeon's magic crystal. I see. Well, luckily for me and all of you, that's not why I came back. I came back to tell you that I'm being forced to work for Nightshade. And make no mistake, he does have a plan to call forth the Triad of Power and use it for himself.
But that won't be possible because Will won't give his powers to Nightshade.
That may be true, however. Nightshade can absorb powers into his body, including mine and Will's. So it is entirely possible that he could indeed call forth the Triad of Power by himself.
So, if you're working for Nightshade, why are you telling us this?
Because you were right about me coming back here for Aeon's crystal. And now that it's gone, the only chance I have of survival is betraying Nightshade. Without that crystal, I'm as good as dead. Because once I give Nightshade what he wants, he'll kill me.
And what does Nightshade want?
At least one of the elements of harmony, so he can't be turned back to stone. It's my job to retrieve one of the elements and bring it back to him.
I'll assume you went to Nightshade, thinking he'd go along with your plan. But what you didn't realize is that he was far superior to you in power. You went along with being his slave because you thought you still had your trump card in Aeon's crystal. And now that the crystal is gone, you are nothing more than a sitting duck waiting to die again.
You know, I really could have done nothing and went along with my plan, thinking everything was going to work out. But now at least I know I have no chance at beating Nightshade, and that my evil plans can never come to fruition. I legitimately want to make amends and live a normal life here in Equestria with my brothers. I am trying to survive now and do the only thing I can do to win, and that's be on your side. That's why I'm telling you about Nightshade's plan. I can't absorb the Triad of Power for myself now that Aeon's crystal is gone. This is all I have left. Please, help me.
Twilight, I say we let Nightshade kill this lying witch.
Shadow.
Come on! We're seriously not going to trust her and keep her safe, are we? She's clearly put Equestria at risk and is regretting her decisions of evil because she can't achieve what she intended of doing. So now she's doing damage control until she figures out a different way of taking us down.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I want to make things right. I want to live in peace and enjoy life with my family, and I can't do that if Nightshade is going to absorb my powers and kill me. I'll admit, I did have a plot concocted to deceive you all, but I'm nothing without that crystal. Please, I humbly ask for forgiveness and protection, and in return, I will fight on your side against Nightshade.
Look, it's not me you need to beg forgiveness for. You owe both your brothers an apology. But understand, Sonia, with what you've done, there's a chance they won't accept it. I can give you protection in exchange for your service to Equestria, but I can't promise you'll be welcomed back by your family.
I understand, and I accept your terms. I will protect Equestria in exchange for your protection.
Very well, Sonia. Rouge is moving out of the castle to return to the Wonderbolts. When Rouge is done packing and leaves the castle, her room is yours. Shadow and I will protect you to the best of our abilities, but understand this, Sonia. If you betray us, I promise it will be the last mistake you ever make. In the meantime, I will take you to see your brothers. Hopefully, they will forgive you. Twilight, can I have a word with you in private, please? Sure. Spike, send that scroll to Princess Celestia so she's aware of what was discussed just now, and take Sonia to her new room, please. Sure thing, Twilight. Spike blows his fire onto the scroll, sending it to Princess Celestia. Come on, Sonia, I'll take you to your room.
Thank you, Princess Twilight. I promise I won't betray you.
I hope you don't, because I'm not bluffing when I say it will be the last mistake you'll make if you do so. Spike leads Sonia out of the Cutie Map conference room and up the stairs towards the bedrooms. Are you sure about this, Twilight? She may be no match for Nightshade, but she's still a huge threat to us and Equestria with her power. I'm aware of that, Shadow, but Sonia seems genuine. She's scared and needs our help, and as the Princess of Friendship, I cannot turn my back on her. The Harmony Chaos Cannon will be her end if she chooses to betray us. Do you really think she's had a change of heart? I believe she has. She's desperate and knows she'll never achieve her goals now, so she's doing the next best thing, and that's live life and make amends for what she's done wrong. Only time will tell for sure, Shadow. Meanwhile, Rouge is up in her room packing up what's left of her clothes. I can't believe this is it. I'm glad we became friends again. Yeah, I'm glad we put our past behind us as it pertained to Shadow. Look, I'm sorry I ruined your relationship with him. I had no idea that after I vanished from Mobius that you two were together. Shadow never told me when we reconnected here in Equestria. For what it's worth, Starlight, it was never your fault. Shadow didn't love me the same way that I loved him. Well, and now that you have a chance for love with Thunderlane, I wish you the best, and I hope you wind up happy. It's nice seeing you seek love for a change. Spike and Sonia arrive.
Hello, Starlight. No hard feelings from before.
Spike, what is she doing here? Twilight has agreed to protect Sonia in exchange for Sonia's services to protect Equestria. You mean Twilight actually trusts this evil little...
I'm going to stop you right there before you say something you'll regret. Let's just say I'm on your side now, and we'll leave it at that.
Goodbye, Rouge. I wish you the best of luck. Starlight storms away quickly. Anyway, here's your room, Sonia. Starlight! Spike chases after her. What is Twilight thinking letting her stay here? She tried to kill me and Will. Sonia told Twilight that Nightshade is planning on stealing one of the elements of harmony to render them useless so he can attempt to call forth the Triad of Power. Yeah, and he would need Sonia for that. Sonia said she had her own plot for absorbing the Triad of Power, but once Shadow told her that that Aeon's magic crystal had been destroyed by Sonic, she quickly ratted Nightshade out, because without that crystal, she has no chance at beating Nightshade. Sonia also told Twilight that Nightshade can absorb powers into his body. Sonia apparently went to Nightshade thinking he would serve her, but when it was apparent that he was stronger, she had no choice but to agree to become his slave. Sonia knows that once Nightshade absorbs her powers, that he's going to kill her, so she came to Twilight begging for protection, and that she'd serve Equestria. But if Nightshade can absorb powers, that means he can absorb Will's power too. Exactly. Nightshade would have complete control of the Triad of Power, because he'd literally be the Triad of Power. Twilight realized this as well, which is why I think she offered Sonia a place to stay here at the castle, so she could be protected. Yeah, but like I said, she attempted to kill me and Will. I don't think we can trust her, Spike. Look, I mean no disrespect when I say this, but it wasn't but a couple of months ago that you attempted to kill Twilight because Shadow fell in love with her. But that was different, Spike. I was angry and I wasn't thinking clearly. And I certainly had no intention of taking over Equestria like Sonia wants to. I chose to forgive Twilight and accept her apology. Sonia wasn't thinking clearly either. She was blinded by power and ambition, and now that she sees there's no way of any of her evil plans coming to pass, she's realizing that her only option now is to beg for forgiveness and live in peace here in Equestria and make amends with her brothers. Like you in Twilight's mind, Sonia deserves this chance. I see your point, Spike. So what are we going to do in the meantime? Sit and wait for Nightshade to make a move? I just sent a letter to Princess Celestia explaining everything that just happened with Sonia. I guess we'll just wait and see what Princess Celestia wants to do with that information. Sugar Cube Corner. Amy and Pinkie Pie are baking in the kitchen.
How was your trip with Manic to Manhattan? It was awesome, horrific. We went and saw Discord and Maud's show, and it was amazing and funny. How did your Hearts and Hooves day go with Chris? Honestly, we had a great time. We wound up eating at this fancy restaurant called Tuscany, and then Chris got us tickets for a Hearts and Hooves Day gala at our hotel. It was pretty cool, a night full of dancing and romance. That does sound like fun and a great party. Chris and I also discussed me being a human. Oh, and how did that go? I told him I wasn't happy being a human and I wanted to be the real me again. He actually said he misses me being a hedgehog, and he agreed I should drink Zeccora's counter potion to turn back into my normal hedgehog form. Oh, Amy, that's terrific. But wait, is Chris going to stay with you after you change back? Yeah, he says he's ready to accept the fact that I'm a Mobian hedgehog. He loves me and wants to love the real me. Woohoo! Well, it's about time he came to his senses. For the record, I miss the old you too, Amy. Well, by this time tomorrow, I should be back to my normal hedgy self. I'm happy for you, Amy. I only hope Chris is happy with it too. You two really do deserve each other. Yeah, we do. I've never been more in love than I am with Chris right now. I only hope that he doesn't disappoint me.
Rouge enters the bakery. Hey, Pinktastic! Are you here? Pinkie Pie bounces in from the kitchen with Amy following behind.
Hey, Rouge, what can I get you today?
The usual. I had to have my last Pinkie Pie vanilla latte before saying goodbye to Ponyville for a while.
Why? Where are you heading off to?
I'm going back to the Wonderbolts to reclaim my spot on the team, and at my stallion's side, hopefully.
Ooh, going to win back Dunderlane, huh?
That's what I'm hoping for. I hope he forgives me for having cold feet, but I needed this time away from him to realize just how much he really means to me.
I have no clue who you two are talking about, but it's nice to know a guy has stolen your heart, Rouge.
I know, right? For once, I'm not the one doing the stealing. I'm really going to miss this town and all my friends, but I'm finally ready to let love take over me.
Well, I'm really going to miss you around here, Rouge.
Sorry I'm not giving you the chance to throw me a second going-away party. Pinkie Pie bounces from behind the counter at Rouge's latte.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just throw you a welcome back home party when you return. Here's your latte to go.
Thanks, Pinktastic. Pinkie Pie hugs Rouge.
I'm really going to miss you. Good luck, and I hope you find happiness with Dunderlane. He really is a sweet stallion.
He certainly is indeed. I'd be one lucky girl if he chose to give me a second chance. Anyway, I hate long goodbyes, and I have a train to catch. Ah, another great latte, Pinkie Pie. I'm really going to miss these every morning.
Bye, Rouge. I hope it all works out for you.
Thanks, Amy. I hope the same for you and Chris. Goodbye, ladies. Rouge waves goodbye and walks out of Sugar Cube Corner. Meanwhile, Trottingham. Discord is in his hotel room. Discord opens the door. His manager enters. Please come in, Mr. Showstopper. We have much to discuss about the future of this show. I get the suspicious feeling that you're quitting the show. It's unfortunate, but it's true, and my reason for calling you in here this morning. Discord, I can't just allow you to walk out on the show. We've sold tickets, and we're still on tour for the next 4 months. Not to worry, I intend to finish this tour, and then I'm quitting. I don't understand why, when we're having so much success. Did you and Maud have a falling out? No, Maud and I are completely fine. I've recently fallen in love, and I want to spend as much time with her as I can, and I can't do that if I'm on tour for 6 months straight. I understand with what you're saying, but are you sure this is what you want? It's tragic that you want to end the show because you and Maud have become one of the most popular stage acts on the planet. Yes, of course I'm sure. I've been in love with this mare for an incredibly long time, and personally, I'm done wasting any more time. Legally, if I could quit now, I would, but I have to fulfill my obligation because we have sold out every show for the rest of our tour, and ponies who have paid good money to see our show deserve to get their money's worth. She must be a pretty special girl since you're walking away from a lot of bits and all this fame you've been receiving. She's more than special, considering it's Princess Celestia. You're in a relationship with Princess Celestia? No wonder you're quitting the show. Well, she's a very busy girl, and I want every second I can get with her. As much as I love doing this show, I can't be away from her being on tour. Look, I understand why you're doing this, but if you walk away, there's a chance the show won't recover or be able to make a comeback if you choose to want to do it again. I understand how the business works. Damn, this is a real shame because this show was hot. You and Maud were going to be huge stars, too. The Cloud Dominium. Sonic is taking a nap while Rainbow Dash is at Pegasus Ball practice. The doorbell rings. Sonic wakes up and opens the door. Sonic in shock to see Twilight and Shadow with Sonia.
Ah, Sonia.
Hi, Sonic. Your sister stopped by my castle this morning and was asking for forgiveness. She was nervous about seeing you again, so Shadow and I elected to accompany her. Sonic invites all three of them in. Twilight uses her magic to close the front door.
I can't believe you're alive. I sensed your power last week, and you were fighting Nightshade. When your power vanished, I feared the worst. I did have an altercation with him last week. I tried to play my trump card, and I lost, and as a result, I was forced into becoming his slave. And what was this trump card that you're speaking of? I thought I would convince Nightshade to join me by telling him he owed me a life debt for freeing him, but instead he turned the tables on me, proving that he was more powerful. I accepted the offer to become his slave to save my life because I figured I could still get my hands on Aeon's crystal. Yes, but what your foolish sister didn't realize is that you had already destroyed Aeon's crystal. It's true, Sonia. Aeon's crystal is destroyed. I made sure I took care of it during the fight that Twilight set up between him and I. That was a mistake you're going to regret, Sonic. Nightshade doesn't need any crystal to absorb and use the Triad of Power for himself. He can absorb powers into his unicorn horn. So in other words, he can absorb mine and Will's power and bring forth the Triad of Power that way. Then why would Nightshade let you live? Because he needed me to steal the elements of harmony. He said it's the one thing that could still bring him down. Not alone they can't. Not with the power he'd gain if he were to absorb the Triad of Power. We'd have to use the Harmony Chaos Cannon again to defeat him. Well, I say we don't waste any time. I say we get over to Europony and obliterate that bastard now before he has the chance. I, for one, agree with Shadow. No, I just sent a letter to Princess Celestia this morning, telling her about the discussion Shadow and I had with Sonia this morning and of Nightshade's plan. We need to wait for her reply message because she wants peace with Nightshade and wishes to not use the Harmony Chaos Cannon again. I don't understand why we need to wait. Obviously, Nightshade has a plot aimed at calling forth the Triad of Power, and if he can't absorb Sonia and Will's power to obtain it, we need to eliminate him immediately. According to Sonia, Nightshade wants to use the power to force Princess Celestia into a relationship with him. All he cares about is Princess Celestia. He's obsessed with her, so much so that he wants to use that power to obtain her love. He has no intention of absorbing it unless Princess Celestia turns him down. I don't care if he plans on absorbing it or not. As the leader of the Elements of Harmony, I say we destroy him by any means necessary. Sonic, you still have to learn how to control the powers of the Elements of Harmony, including the use of the Harmony Chaos Cannon. You can't just go over to Europony and assault Nightshade without knowing how to properly use these weapons. You could destroy the planet, or misuse the elements and get yourself turned to stone. Like the fight with Aeon, you must be in complete control of your emotions before you use the Elements of Harmony. They will betray you if there's a sliver of malice in your heart. Princess Celestia should be getting back to me soon. Let's see what she feels needs to be done, since she's the ruler of Equestria. We need to stop fooling around, Twilight. You need to properly train me now so I can defend this world in your absence. Don't worry, Sonic. I promise we will begin your training as soon as possible. In the meantime, we need to protect Sonia from Nightshade. What do you propose we do, Sonic? Sonic shocks Twilight and Shadow and punches Sonia in the face, knocking her unconscious. I'm taking my sister to Princess Celestia. As far as I'm concerned, she needs to pay for her crimes and spend some time in Tartarus. At least there she'll be safe from Nightshade. Twilight in shock. I can't believe you just did that, Sonic. I mean, she's your sister. I don't give a damn. That doesn't exemplify her from paying for her crimes like every pony else. I don't want her here, and like I said, she'll be safe, as will Equestria, with her being locked away where Nightshade can't absorb her power.
A brilliant plan, Sonic. I will accompany you to Canterlot to ensure Sonia gets locked away for safekeeping. Fine by me. Let's go, Shadow, before Sonia wakes up. Sonic puts Sonia on his shoulder. Shadow opens the front door. After you, Sonic. Sonic nods, exits the Cloud Dominion, then flies off with Sonia. Shadow follows and flies off with Sonic. Twilight shakes her head and puts her head in her two front hooves. Oh. Rarity's boutique. Early evening. Fluttershy and Rarity are in Rarity's office.
You wanted to see me, darling?
Why yes, darling, I did. The spring fashion show in Manhattan is only 5 weeks away, and I'm only allowed to show off 5 of my best spring designs during the show, and I wanted your input as to what designs I should go with.
Well, we know silver is definitely in with the workout line you've designed, so that leaves only 4 other options left.
Yes, and that workout line must be part of the show for a couple of reasons. Number 1, I want Silver to gain some exposure as a model, and the other reason is, this is the first time I'm making an effort into the workout realm of fashion, that I want to show off what a Rarity for You workout suit looks like, and put the rest of the industry on notice that yes, Rarity can do physical workout and still be fashionable.
Well, fun and flirty is our theme for the year, so I think the grass skirt dresses you designed are in. I think they're gorgeous, fun and flirty, just as advertised.
Yes, but do you think the skirt part should be shorter to make them more flirty?
Oh no, the dress speaks fun, therefore leading to a more flirty mare. I think it's a winner, and we should keep the original length.
Agreed. Wow, Fluttershy, you really gave an impressive critique there. You impress me more and more every day.
Thanks, darling. I learned from the best.
Why, yes you have, but perhaps too well, darling.
What do you mean, Rarity?
Look, Fluttershy, I'm beginning to notice that you're acting more and more like me. Is there any reason?
I figured that you're so successful with your clients on a personal level that it would be wise to act like you. Well, just a little. Am I overdoing it?
No. It's just I feel like you're turning into something that you're not. And don't get me wrong, I'm flattered that you're attempting to imitate me. It's just that I don't want you to lose your own identity because you feel like acting like me is going to make you successful in this business.
I'm sorry. I really don't mean to. It's just I see how confident and successful you are, and part of me feels like I have to have that same mentality if I'm going to be a successful member of your team and make a career out of fashion.
Darling, you don't have to act or talk like me to be a valuable asset to my team. I could be working at Sugar Cube Corner, and I'd still talk proper like I do now, because it's who I am as a pony. Fluttershy, there's nothing wrong with who you are. You just need to be confident and observant like you just were with your decision about including the grass skirt dresses into the fashion show. It wasn't my influence that influenced your decision. It was what you like and what you saw in the design that made that a great decision.
Thanks, Rarity. I'm glad to hear that I'm capable of making tough decisions based off what I'm learning from you. If me saying darling offends you, then I'll stop.
Oh, heavens no, dear. Honestly, I think it's adorable when you say it.
I think Tails kind of likes it too. It makes him laugh hysterically every time I let a darling slip.
That is rather funny, darling. If using my lingo is helping you gain confidence, then by all means keep doing it, Shy. Chris enters. Hey, Rarity, I finished my deliveries for the day and Sassy sent those fabrics you needed. I'll go and load them off the X-Tornado now. Very good, darling. Here, I'll come with you. Fluttershy, we'll continue our debate about the spring fashion show tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night off, darling.
Thanks, darling.
Fluttershy and Rarity share a laugh as they exit the office. Rarity meets up with Chris in the back room. She opens up the receiving door and begins pulling the rolls of fabric out of the X-Tornado's cargo hold with her telekinetic magic.
This is splendid, exactly what I asked for. Thanks for bringing this here with such haste, Chris.
Well, you're lucky the days are getting longer again.
I know. I absolutely love this time of year, and summer too. Anyway, you have a great weekend with Amy, darling.
Yeah, I hope so anyway. Tomorrow, Amy and I are going to see Zecora. She's going to drink the counter potion and turn back into a hedgehog.
Oh, I am so happy for her. Oh, but what will that mean for your relationship with her, Chris?
I love Amy for who she is, and I want her to be happy. I miss her as a hedgehog, even though she's one sexy human. I finally made peace with me being in love with a hedgehog, and I truly want her to be the real Amy again.
That's wonderful news to hear, darling.
You know, it's funny because I never asked her to change into a human, and yet I still feel guilty for her going through such a drastic measure to win my love when she already had it. I just had to learn to accept the fact that it's okay for a human to be in love with a Mobian hedgehog. Do you think we're going to work out, Rarity?
If you truly love her like she loves you, absolutely. You were clearly in love with Amy prior to her drinking that potion. She just never felt like you did, and that's why she felt like she had to do it.
Regardless, I'm happy she's deciding to go back to being a hedgehog. At least now we'll have the real Amy Rose back, and our friends can stop giving me grief like I forced her to do it. Anyway, have a wonderful evening, Rarity, and a great weekend.
You too, Chris, and I wish you and Amy the best of luck.
Meanwhile, Sonic and Shadow flying towards Canterlot with Sonia. Sonic is still carrying Sonia on his shoulder as she begins to wake. Shadow senses Sonia waking. Sonic, look out! Sonia springs off of Sonic's shoulder. Sonic turns around and gets punched by Sonia on the right side of the jaw. Sonic is sent hurling across the sky. Shadow intervenes by attempting to punch Sonia. She dodges the attack and lands a punch directly into Shadow's abdomen. Sonia goes behind Shadow and locks him into a full Nelson. She wrenches back on Shadow's arms.
Let him go, Sonia. This is proof that you really haven't changed. I want to change, Sonic, but you knocked me unconscious. Where were you taking me?
Shadow and I were taking you to Princess Celestia so she could throw you into Tartarus. I think keeping you locked in the prison realm is what's best for you. At least there you'd be safe from Nightshade, and you could finally begin paying for your crimes.
I'm not paying for anything, and I certainly don't need to hide in a prison cell to stay safe from Nightshade.
Well, Sonia, you may need it to keep you safe from me! Shadow teleports out of Sonia's grasp and appears behind her. He bicycle kicks her on the top of the head as a splat of blood flies off of Sonia. Sonia is sent smashing into the ground. Shadow flies directly at Sonia. Let's see how you like this one! Chaos Blast! Sonia stands to see Shadow's Chaos Blast hurling towards her. Sonia sticks out her hand and fires her own energy blast, and cancels out Shadow's Chaos Blast. Sonic and Shadow both land on the ground surrounding Sonia.
Really, handsome? Is that all you got?
You're not my type!
Sonia, enough! We don't want to fight or hurt you. This is hardly a fight, and there's no way you two together could hurt me.
Sounds like a challenge to me. Well, consider it accepted. Shadow fires an energy blast at Sonia. Sonia dodges it. Shadow tries another blast and continues firing blasts at Sonia as she continues to dodge them all. Shadow smirks, then teleports to Sonia and clobbers her with a punch to the face. Sonia down on one knee. Shadow slowly walks over to Sonia and kicks her in the abdomen and sends her flying straight up into the air. Shadow teleports behind her and axe handles her in the back, sending her flying into the ground. Sonia slowly begins to stand.
I don't get it. My powers have been diminished. And he packs a punch.
Had enough yet, Sonia? Sonia spits in Shadow's face.
Oh, I could take a lot more.
Sonia throws a punch. Shadow grabs her fist and squeezes it. Sonia goes down on one knee again in pain. Sonic to himself. What's going on here? Sonia is holding back, but why? Sonia laughs. She flings herself back using her momentum to monkey flip and fling Shadow headfirst into the ground. Shadow stunned, attempting to get back up. Sonia jumps up and drives both knees straight into Shadow's spine, sending him face down into the dirt. Sonia pulls Shadow up by his quills as she stands behind him. Sonia whispers to Shadow.
So what's it gonna take to get you away from your little princess?
What are you talking about? I already told you, you're not my type.
I'm having fun playing with you, but let's be real. You know I can finish you whenever I want, but I'd much rather let you live.
Sonia lets Shadow go and shoves him. What's your deal, Sonia?
Isn't it obvious? I haven't been trying to fight you. Sonic, I meant what I said. I'm done fighting for my own evil ambitions. I've been separated from you and Manic for far too long, and I want us to be a family again. Please don't send me away.
I didn't send you away the first time. You did that by your own actions. I want to trust you, Sonia, because I love you, but I don't know if I can ever trust you again after what you've done. You deceived all of us once. How do I know you won't do it again?
Because I need protection, regardless of how I play it. Nightshade is going to kill me, and I'd much rather have my brothers on my side than against me. Please give me a chance, Sonic, and I promise you, you'll have my allegiance in the fight against Nightshade.
Alright, fine, but this is your last chance, Sonia. If you betray us again, you're done. Got it?
Yes, you have my word, Sonic.
We'll see about that. Sonic flies off, heading back for Ponyville. Sonic made me convinced to give you a second chance because he's your brother, but I'm no fool, Sonia. I know you're up to something. Hey, what the?
Guess you're gonna have to figure out what my endgame is, huh? I'll see you around, Shadow.
She follows Sonic and flies off back towards Ponyville.